Can we start treating Bitcoin the same way you would treat single stocks? Crud, son. I understand you're not a fan. No kidding. Where'd you figure that out? But an asset with $1 trillion market cap is not a beanie baby. No, but it's still thin air. Ask people like Warren Buffett, who says if he doubled the amount he had put in Bitcoin, he would still have zero because that's the amount he's put in Bitcoin. I'm going with Warren on this one. Not saying you have to add it to your portfolio, but it's a good enough asset to invest 5%. No, it's not.
Okay, I don't know where the 5% comes from.
I don't know where the $1 trillion market cap comes from.
Dave Ramsey. So again, I found this reel on Instagram of Dave Ramsey talking shit about Bitcoin. And basically his argument is appeal to authority. Basically, look at what Warren Buffett said and what Warren Buffett did. That's why I'm not going to invest in Bitcoin. And of course, I've made a video on Warren Buffett and I explained why he's wrong on Bitcoin. You can watch it here. But the argument is you shouldn't be putting any money on Bitcoin because it's a new asset class and it's a 1 trillion. Actually, it's 1.7 trillion, 1.7 or 1.8 trillion dollars now. The market cap of Bitcoin, it's going to increase, of course. I believe it's going to surpass gold. But I find it funny how Warren Buffett or Dave Ramsey or all of these old school finance and investment experts, they get Bitcoin wrong. And it's not because they studied it. It's not because they actually invested some time to understand it. They just talk shit about it, and they clearly do not understand Bitcoin. They clearly do not understand money. I mean, I actually like Dave Ramsey. I like most of his advice, except the debt thing. I think that there is good debt and bad debt. The debt, taking a consumption loan is bad. Taking an investment loan is good if you know how to use it. So leveraging debt for investment is actually good. If you know how to use it, it's also a tool. And for Dave Ramsey, all debt is bad. And that's completely wrong because he doesn't take into consideration the fact that we live in a debt-based system. We live in a fiat money-based system and it's all based on debt. And if you don't use debt, or at least Dave Ramsey is like giving you the worst of the two worlds. He's telling you don't invest in Bitcoin, which is the hardest money in the history of mankind, which is your only escape out of this debt-based inflationary corrupt fiat system. And then he tells you don't use debt. So what are you going to do? Keep working? Trying to beat inflation? You can't beat inflation. Wages have stagnated for a long time and it's really difficult to 10x your income and beat inflation. So are you going to save in Bitcoin and guard yourself against inflation? Or are you going to use debt to start businesses or to invest in Bitcoin or something else that's going to beat inflation? What are you going to do? Because if you just tell people don't use debt and don't invest in Bitcoin, I think that's disastrous. That's the worst advice you can take from anybody. So yeah, Dave Ramsey is wrong about Bitcoin because he appeals to the authority of Warren Buffett. And like I've said, I made a video on Warren Buffett and he's also wrong about Bitcoin. And don't listen to these old school finance and investment guys. Do your own homework. Go learn about Bitcoin. Go learn about money. And then go invest in Bitcoin out of conviction, not because Warren Buffett says it or I said it or Dave Ramsey said it. Okay, there's a difference between people who think from first principles and they make decisions from tackling a certain issue from first principles, and people who just follow authority figures. Warren Buffett did this, so I'm gonna do it. Jeff Bezos did that, so I'm gonna do it. That's not how you make good decisions. You have to rely on yourself and you have to think for yourself. Don't listen to me, don't listen to Dave Ramsey, don't listen to Warren Buffett. You have to do your own homework and you have to understand it yourself if you want to invest in it. So yeah, that's all I have to say in this video. Let me guys know what you think in the comments below and see you in the next one. Take care.